Hey guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of all signs for the full moon in Aquarius, which is occurring at 9:35 p.m. Eastern time here on the 11th, and that'll be 6:35 on the West Coast and in the middle of the night across the pond and later in the morning down under. So check your local listings, but if you can see it at its peak, it's the last supermoon of the year, so it's pretty big and pretty amazing. I'm sure if you can see it, it will be quite a sight to behold. So let me tell you a little bit about it, as you know I always like to do. As always, the full moon is a time of, things are coming to culmination, to fruition, or not, but whatever. We send out gratitude for all that has unfolded heretofore since the last new moon, which was a couple weeks ago, but also the new moon in Aquarius, which was 6 months ago. So we're closing out that lunation as well. And we give thanks for that and gratitude for that. And then we kind of shake off and release anything that's still holding us back, anything that no longer serves us, people, things, patterns, behaviors, right? We take a look under the hood and we say, where are we getting in our own way and what needs to go, so that I can sort of prepare for the next upcoming intention setting cycle of the new moon in Virgo, which will be in 2 weeks. So that's kind of how it works. So it is about big releases. Now, as such, we always have the moon is opposite the sun for the full moon. At the new moon, they're right next to each other. They're together. But being that this is the last supermoon in Aquarius, it's super bright, and the sun in Leo is the brightest sun of the year. So we've got the two luminaries at their most illuminated, and they're kind of duking it out a little bit. So who's going to win out? Leo is about, the self, and Aquarius is about the collective. And there is a little bit of a trade-off there in terms of how are we serving? How are we serving ourselves versus the collective? Are we overdoing it? Is it too much about me and not enough about you? What's the situation? Is it the opposite? Some people just push out too much energy to give, and therefore get depleted. So you need to take an honest assessment of where things may be out of balance. That's what will possibly be illuminated. And also, Aquarius is freedom loving, and unfortunately for Aquarius, the Aquarius moon, I should say, is conjunct Saturn, which is anything but freedom loving. Saturn is right there next to the moon. So anything going on with the moon right now, Saturn's in the house. Saturn is the Lord of Karma. Saturn is the great teacher. Saturn is about restrictions and delays and pulling back and restraint and, learning lessons and often learning them the hard way. So freedom, love, and Aquarius, which, by the way, traditionally was ruled by Saturn, isn't happy. So there's a little bit of a dust up there. Even though conjunctions are friendly energy, when planets are conjunct, it's friendlier. I feel like this is kind of clipping the Aquarian wings of this particular lunation. So that's part of the process. Also, across the pond there, what's happening with the sun in Leo is Venus is moving into Leo just a few hours before the full moon peaks, and Venus moving out of Cancer into Leo, big shift in emotional dynamics. We've all kind of been hiding underground with Venus in Cancer for a while, self-protection, protecting our vulnerabilities, our fragile hearts, the ways in which we get easily wounded, and kind of nursing those wounds. In Leo, we step into the room like the belle of the ball. We are ready to see and be seen. We're ready to claim what we want in matters of the heart. It's powerful. So I kind of like that, and that energy will be with us through September 5th, just FYI. Now, the other thing that's going on, I know there's a lot, and I'm only touching on part of it actually, is there is a grand cross, fixed grand cross. Why am I saying fixed? Fixed signs. Because we have Aquarius and Leo are fixed signs. That's a modality. The fixed signs are Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. So we have fixed signs, two of them across from each other, and then we have the North Node in Taurus and the South Node in Scorpio. So it's making this perfect cross of four squares all the squares, which means that we ain't moving anywhere. Fixed signs don't like change, don't like movement. It's a time to kind of anchor in, get settled, look around, be sure everything fits before we move into Virgo season, which will bring change. The mutable signs are where we get to shift things and adjust things and tweak things and make changes. So right now, the problem is Taurus with Uranus right next to it. There's a conjunction there. The planet, the Great Awakener planet of Uranus, which is all about expect the unexpected, right? Anything can happen and probably will, is right there on the North Node. Expect changes in the direction that we're heading, and yet we've got this fixed grand cross with Saturn in the house saying, yeah, no, you're not going anywhere right now. So what's that feel like? Energetically, it can feel frustrating. Energetically, we got a lot of get up and go, and we're going nowhere fast. So all I can say is ride that wave a little bit longer. Take the time to focus less on the frustration of that and more of a deeper dive into the meaning of it and what it is you're being asked to review and reassess before heading in a new direction. So it might be calling you to sort of look before you leap, which is very much Fool energy, which is the a card of Aquarius, because you don't want to learn lessons the hard way, like Saturnian lessons, the devil, even the World card. Before you close out one cycle, make sure you have all your ducks in a row, and then you can move to the next. So that is really all I wanted to say about this particular lunation. I did come up with a sentence. I wrote it down, so I'm looking at it. A sentence that kind of summarizes the whole thing, and it is something significant, right? We've got Uranus and Saturn are planets of significance. Something significant is coming to light. We have the two luminaries between who you were and have been, South Node, and who you are becoming and where you are headed, North Node. That's it. Something significant is coming to light. Okay, and so let's see what comes through in Moonology Oracle, where we've been, where we are, where we're headed. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope if you enjoy the reading, you'll consider joining us here by subscribing. For those who are returning, much love to you. I appreciate you always. Where we've been, expect powerful change. Yeah, new moon eclipse. We've had, we're going to finalize eclipse season coming up, but we've been through some powerful change. Expect powerful change. We sure did, and we got some. Where are we now? Full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way, okay? This is part of the Leo sun Aquarian moon dynamic. Don't let pride get in your way. Share the spotlight. See the ways in which you're either too big in the room or not enough in the room, right? And reassess how your pride fits in with that. Where are we headed? Have faith in your dreams. Yes, absolutely. So I feel like there's been a lot of changes with regard to our dreams. I just uploaded the Capricorn reading, which was about realizing the dream. And I put the real in caps because it's like, how do we make it real? And that's it. Have faith in your dreams so they can be realized, and don't let any pride get in your way. Don't stand on ceremony with regard to your connection, especially. That's what I read about. So let's get into that part of it. In the extended, I'll go around the zodiac like I always do, Aries through Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and we'll look at what might be changing, where you might be headed in your connection, what might the lesson, what might the Saturnian energy in this lunation be teaching you or asking you to look at before moving towards some kind of change. Ooh, I love the present energy being the Knight of Cups. Oh, look at this. I can stop right here. Isn't that beautiful? So this is what's crossing us. This is the challenge, the past life soulmate and connecting and the warmth and the nostalgia. And the Knight of Cups is the most romantic card in the deck. It is an offer of love. Wow, that's pretty beautiful. I like the star underneath, keeping hope alive. There may be some healing. This is the talk about dreams, though. Have faith in your dreams. So I'm just going to go with that. In the past, 3 of Wands, right? Setting the course and anticipating what will arrive. Wow, what's crowning us here is this 10 of Wands. So perfect. Closing out a stressful, difficult, challenging cycle. Ready to offload some very heavy negative energy and karma. Look who's here. Knight of Wands. Some form of someone returning. What's underneath? 7 of Wands, 4 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. I will take Temperance as well. So with Temperance here, I'm feeling something's being transmuted. And note that we've got both Sagittarian energies here. Something's being transmuted. I feel like there's a new beginning coming online here. As soon as we come through this lunation, we will move into the mutable sign of Virgo, where we'll be able to make some changes. And I almost feel like there's a new beginning coming for some of us in our connections, maybe an up-leveling of the relationships. That's very possible, transmuting some difficult, stressful energy into something much more positive, life-affirming, in alignment with our dreams, where we're headed. Now, the 7 of Wands is interesting here because it can be a card of resistance and defensiveness. It can also be about standing up for what you want and asserting yourself, which feels like, I know this is not a Venus card, but I'm feeling the Venus and Leo energy of like, yeah, I've taken my time, I've nursed my wounds, I've been in crab mode for a while, hiding out, protecting myself, and now I'm ready to stand up for myself and assert myself for what I want in this connection, for the up-leveling that I desire and deserve. And yet I know that there's wisdom and patience, and that in time all the energies will come into flow and balance. So we start out a little bit less patient. This is a little bit more assertive and impulsive, and we kind of morph into the wisdom that comes with Temperance, and transmutation of energies takes time. Okay, so there we go. Let's look at the Knight of Cups with the 6 of Cups. Ah, there's the Knight of Wands again. I feel for many of you, there is a return. Yes, up-leveling, a return. And here's the thing. With the Knight of Wands, part of the issue is the in and out behavior, because the Knight of Wands often has really good intentions, but they're acting on impulse in the moment, and therefore they're not always thinking with the end in mind, and they don't always have a plan, unlike like the Knight of Pentacles, let's say. So I'm feeling here that I'm seeing a transformation. The impulse is there, the desire is there, the intentions are good, and they're coming in for something more traditional, conventional relationship, something more committed. It will represent a big change, a big transformation in the connection. So what's crossing us represents the problem we're trying, like if we could resolve it, it would make life a lot easier. It would make our vision, what am I thinking about? Our vision of the dream, it would make it easier. And I feel as if there's been a need for some kind of offer of love from the heart, something from the heart that says, here's how I feel. I don't have to couch it. I don't have to qualify it. It's the love is here. And I'm seeing love and passion. Here's what I'm seeing. And maybe the challenge is how much of what's going on between you is from the heart or from the chemistry, and wanting some more emotionality to come forward. And I feel like what comes forward is the passion, but also some conviction and commitment that represents a change. Transformation. I like it. So let's look at the star. Yeah, wow. Like I said, something significant is coming to light. Something significant is coming to light. You're getting the insights now. It's something that you're almost receiving as some form of cosmic guidance, providing some clarity, things that you couldn't see before, things that you might have felt like the fog machine was on. It's coming in more clearly. Here's your intuition. I love this energy underneath. It suggests that you're coming through the fog, and because you've had faith in your dream and you're allowing the messages and the signs and synchronicities to come in. That's part of the High Priestess as well. It's kind of helping you take the blindfold off. So I feel as if there's some clarity coming in, at least in the psyche, in those moments when you're less aware. It's unconscious awareness of it, but it's kind of coming in, and it's helping you offload all the things that aren't that. All the things that are heavy and burdensome and stressful. This does have a very Saturnian feel to it, right? Learning the hard way. Everything's a burden. Everything weighs on you. It's always a struggle. It's like, no, with the 10 of Wands, we close that out and we move to the next card out would be the Ace. So while I don't see the Ace of Wands yet, I'm feeling its presence in the room. Let's go with the 3 of Wands in the past. Yes, underneath, let me just say, something that was not clear is becoming clear because you've kept the faith and you've had faith in your dream, and so you're more receptive on an intuitive level. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, in the past, well, there's the Ace of Wands. Kind of had to know that would show up. What have you been waiting for? What have you been calling in? Right? Getting beyond this difficulty, moving to calmer waters, to something better, easier, that provides some energy of peace of mind here, a cause for celebration, even some form of reconciliation. I feel the 6 of Swords and the 3 of Cups here is reconciliation. And here's the impetus to go get it. For some of you, you've been waiting for it. So that I just want to say that, because that 3 of Wands is one part anticipation and one part manifestation. Those are opposite energies. Take it as it resonates. For some of you, you've set things in motion already and you're just sort of waiting for it to come in. For others of you, you're like, I'm ready to take this bad boy and run with it and make this reconciliation happen to bring us some measure of peace. So it just depends on your situation. You'll have to take that as it speaks to you. 10 of Wands. I feel some good news coming in, right? Because this is conscious awareness and this is what's crowning us. So this is how we bring about our desired outcome. Right, the first thing we got to do is we've got to offload all the heaviness. We have to offload the negative karma. We've just come through. We have to expect this powerful change. We have to kind of shed false pride and be able to admit that this has been a struggle. And then in comes the Page of Wands, some good news. In comes a triumphant homecoming, win-win outcomes. This is really beautiful, and a happily ever after. So I do feel like there's some form of reconciliation. I see that in the 3 of Cups in the past, something you've been anticipating, the new opportunity to reignite the torch of passion in your connection. If you have been in separation, physical separation, let me say it that way, I feel like you've been anticipating this big, powerful change. Well, here it comes by virtue of you finally offloading and leaving in the past. Remember I said letting go of who you were or have been so that you can move forward to who you are becoming. And I feel like that's part of what I'm seeing here is offloading all the heaviness, all the struggle, invites in the good news, the opportunities for reconciliation, for making peace, leading to some real happiness here. So let's see who's coming in. Yeah. I think I said it. I want to say I said it for Sagittarius. There's a lot of the same cards coming through for that came through for the Sagittarius reading that I did a couple days ago, right? It's like manifesting their return, calling it in. We've got the Three of Wands again. We've got the Magician. In the middle is the Justice card, which to me is a card of balance and like when everything comes together, when you get validated, when you get vindicated, it's almost as if it's like you integrate everything you've learned along the way and everything comes into perfect balance. We also have a lot of truth here. So it's almost as if this person comes back with some truths to share that bring in the balance, the harmony, levels the playing field a bit, especially for those of you who have felt defeated or put upon. And yeah, you get to assert yourself and call in an up-leveling of the connection. And I love this. And then what the Temperance is just the wisdom to know that you've got to work with the energies. They can transmute, and the best way to achieve that is through the wisdom of patience. So that is what I see. It's a beautiful reading, actually. I feel like this is where we're headed. We're going to have faith in our dreams and kind of hold fast to that as everything gets cleared out so that what comes toward us is something we're ready to claim without hesitation. Okay, just don't let pride get in your way. That's a big, important part. And I love that even though it says full moon in Leo, I love that we have the sun in Leo. This is all happening during Leo season. So that is not an accident. The link to the extended is below. If you are in the channel membership, you get that extended. If you are in the all access pass, for all of the extended, you get it. So you don't need to worry about that. It will be there in your portal. But for those of you who would like to see what that's about, I go all the way through the zodiac and I'll do a reading based on all the energies that came out here. We'll look at your relationships, so it can be for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus placements, as well as your divine counterpart, sun, moon, rising, and Venus placements. And the link to that is below. I'll see you there. Also, for those of you, please know that in the description box on that extended is where the timestamps will be, because I can't set it up so that it's clickable in the extended platform. So just be sure you copy and paste that so that you can move to the sign you want to see. I will put it there for your convenience. Much love. Full moon blessings to everybody. I'll see you soon at the extended. Bye for now.